14th day of Nisan, the Jewish people would take their sheep and they would bring it up as a korban, and then they would eat it at night with matzah and maror. Well, that year, there were a group of people that were very, very sad. And they came to Moshe Rabbeinu and they said, Moshe, we want to bring the Korban Pesach, but we can't. We are not pure. We are tameh. We are impure. Why were they impure? These were the people that were carrying the Aron. They were carrying the body of Yosef HaTzadik. If somebody is impure, they can't bring the Korban Pesach. And the people were feeling very, very sad. We want to participate in the mitzvah, but we can't. So Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, what do we do? And Hashem says, you know, Moshe, because these people want so badly to do a mitzvah, we're going to give them another opportunity. So if somebody is tameh on the first Pesach, they have another chance on Yud Daled Iyar, a month later, to bring the Korban Pesach. So today we're not bringing a Korban, so it's a custom that many people have to save matzah from Pesach and then eat it on Pesach Sheni, which is today. So with my lunch, I'm going to have a piece of matzah. All righty, Sunday is Mother's Day. And it'd be awesome if the Hillel kids were to do something special for their mothers, something nice to show all appreciation for the amazing thing that the Imas do for us every day. Also at 1 o'clock or so, if you go outside and you hear jets flying over your house, that is because today the Blue Angels, they are very, very special pilots. They are going to be flying jets over hospitals to show appreciation for all the work that the hospital people are doing, the nurses, the technicians, the doctors, the ambulance drivers, every single person that is working in the hospital is putting their own lives in danger to help other people. So to show recognition, they are going to be flying over our community somewhere between 1 o'clock, I think, Rabbi Potok, and 1:30. So you can for sure hear them. Don't worry, you'll know that they're flying over. Okay, that takes care of some of my announcements, but there's one last announcement because this coming Tuesday is Lag BaOmer. And normally Moria and Efrat, if they were here and we were in school, we would have a little bonfire like we usually have, and we roast potatoes, and the Benot Sherut always do something special, and we make a cave, and we remember Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Well, we're not going to be able to have that this time, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's life, and then I'm going to leave you with the last part, because the teachers are going to talk about it on Lag BaOmer. But I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction and a story about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and why he is so special and why we remember Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai on Lag BaOmer. And the story goes like this. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai lived during a very, very hard time for the Jewish people. You see, the Beit HaMikdash had been destroyed, and the Romans, they ruled Eretz Yisrael. Everywhere you went, you would see Roman soldiers. They were not so nice. And the Roman soldiers made all kinds of rules. And one day, 3 great tzaddikim were sitting and talking together. The rabbis were Rabbi Yehuda Hanassi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yehuda said to his friends, you know, it's very hard with the Romans, but they have done some good things for us. Even though they are ruling our land, they have fixed up the roads, they've made the bridges, they have made bathhouses. They've made some very beautiful buildings. They have done some good things. We should have a little bit of appreciation. Rabbi Yossi listened, but he didn't say anything. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai spoke up. I'm going to read you from the story. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai spoke up and he said, you are mistaken, Rabbi Yehuda. Do you think the Romans had us in mind when they built all this? They are doing this for themselves. The truth is, they built cities, bathhouses, and bridges for their own use. And even the bridges that they built, they're not building to make transportation better for us. They are building bridges so that they collect taxes from us. They are selfish, and they only have themselves in mind and their own interests. Now, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda Hanassi thought that they were speaking in private, but somebody heard them. And somebody went to the Roman officers and repeated it. And suddenly the king of Rome heard what was said. The Roman king declared, I will pay back each of these 3 rabbis what they deserve. Since Rabbi Yehuda spoke nicely about us, he will get power from our government. Since Rabbi Yossi kept quiet, he will have to leave his home and be sent to Tzipori, a different place, because sometimes staying quiet is not the right thing either. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, since he spoke badly of us, he deserves strict punishment. He is to be killed. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was told that the king had decreed that he be killed. He called his son Elazar, and he said, I must run away. Please come with me, and we will learn the Holy Torah together. For a couple of days, they hid in the Beit Midrash. They did not go out in the street. No one was to know where they were. And every day, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's wife would sneak some food into the Beit Midrash for her son and for her husband, Rabbi Yehuda. But one day, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said to his son Elazar, it is too dangerous what your mother is doing. If she is even caught or someone sees her, she will be killed. We must run further away and not let anyone know where we are running. It is too dangerous. Not even your mother can know where we are. So in the dark of night, Rabbi Shimon and his son, Rabbi Elazar, ran away. They ran as quickly as they could until they reached a faraway city, Tiberia. There they found a cave. It seemed like a good hiding place, and they settled in the cave. But what could they eat, and what could they drink? Suddenly Hashem made a tree grow. The tree is a carob tree. It sprouted quickly with big, thick branches laden with delicious fruit. You see, carob is a brown, delicious fruit that is also very nourishing and very delicious. Do you know how long it normally takes for a carob tree to grow? It normally takes 70 years. But Hashem made a miracle that the tree should grow lush and beautiful overnight in order to feed these 2 tzaddikim. But what would they drink? Suddenly Hashem made a spring of water pop up near the cave from the ground. My son, Rabbi Shimon, said to his son Elazar, we now have food and we have water. We have no idea how long we will be here, but we are to thank Hashem for what he gave us. They stayed in this cave. Listen up. You know how long? 12 years. They stayed in the cave for 12 years, learning Torah day and night, eating from the carob and drinking from the spring. They became so holy because can you imagine if for 12 years you had nothing else to do but learn Torah? They became as holy and as spiritual as malachim, as angels. In fact, Hashem sent them Eliyahu Hanavi 2 times a day to teach them Torah. They were very, very safe until after 12 years, the Roman king died. But how would Rebbe Lazar and Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai know? So Hashem sent Eliyahu Hanavi to let them know that they could leave the cave. Well, after 12 years of being so spiritually holy, they walked out of the cave, and as they were walking, they saw some farmers working. And Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai and Rebbe Lazar said, how could it be that people are working and doing physical things when they too should be only learning Torah? And Hashem got very angry. And he said, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai and Reb Elazar, go back to the cave. It is not for you now to leave the cave because you are not appreciating the fact that, yes, we have to be spiritual, but people have to also farm the lands and plant seeds and work and be goldsmiths and blacksmiths and ironsmiths and cooks and farmers. You are not yet ready to leave your cave. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and Rabbi Elazar returned to the cave for one more year. And when they came out, they came back out with a new appreciation. Yes, there is spirituality, but spirituality also comes from the mitzvahs we do when we farm and when we cook and when we do the physical things in our lives. And when they realized that, they were able to come out of their cave. But to find out the rest of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's life and why Lag BaOmer is very, very special and what happened on that day many, many years ago, I'm going to leave for your teachers to tell you, to keep you a little bit in suspense so that you will appreciate even more why Lag BaOmer is so special and what it is that we celebrate. But we will go back to cutting our hair. I guess some of your mommies and daddies are going to be cutting your hair because I'm not sure that barbers are going to be open yet. And we will be able to listen to music and we will be able to do things that are celebratory. So we're going to look forward to that. All right, Rabbi Potak, maybe a Shabbat song to end our Oneg.
Sounds good. A cliffhanger. My gosh, I can wait till the end of the story now.
Good. Keep it suspense.
I love it. I love it. All right. So I think we can't enter any Shabbat without a beautiful welcome to the Shabbat HaMalkah, to welcome in Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Hayam, Melech Marei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Hayam, Melech Marei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Ahai. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Hayam, Melech Marei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem shalom, malachei shalom, malachei hayamim, melech malachei amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem shalom, malachei shalom, malachei hayamim, melech malachei amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem shalom, malachei shalom, malachei hayamim, melech Marei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Thank you. And I want to remind everybody to have a beautiful Shabbat and a Mazel Tov also. I just realized to the Eisenberger family because Yigal Eisenberger's bar mitzvah is going to be this weekend, virtual bar mitzvah also. So keep the badges coming. Let us know when you have a Mazal Tov. I'm just checking to see if anybody chatted us, Rabbi, anything. They're all telling us how much they miss us, how they all want to wish us a Shabbat Shalom, many of them. And it is looking good. And I miss you, and Rabbi Potak misses you, and your teachers miss you, and we cannot wait to see you soon.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, guys. I'm going to mute everybody now so everyone can have a chance to say Shabbat Shalom.
She left.
Shabbat Shalom, guys. Have a good Shabbos. Take care. Bye.
Bye.